Hi everyone, welcome to Watcher of Realms with me, ZAK. Today's video we're going to be discussing the game in general, so this is a video aimed at the new player or someone thinking of downloading. What's the game like from a gameplay side, quality of life, and some of my favourite features about the game. So Watcher of Realms is a champion collector gacha style game primarily. As with many of these games, we use our summons of different types to summon champions of different abilities, different rarities, different factions. And the twist on this game compared to other games in the genre is a tower defense style gameplay that's really unique and actually really engaging. So let's fire up a level and show you how that gameplay looks. So the general idea of the gameplay, I'll fire up one of the campaign levels here. We have the red portals here. You'll see the enemies will come from these red portals, make their way towards the blue portal, and then we will place our variety of heroes down, all with different skill sets, in an attempt to stop the enemies from reaching our portal. So we've got different types. We've got a defender here. He's blocking, he's not a big damage dealer, more for stopping the flow of enemies. And then we've got many different types of damage dealers. So here we've got a marksman. We also have mages. There are also fighters, which are ground units. And then finally, I will just show you one last healer. Now, each champion type has a different sort of role, whether that's DPS, support, healing, blocking as per the defenders, and you'll use a variety of champions in a variety of ways to get through all the different types of content. Now I won't complete this level. Let's head back to the main screen here and show you some of the other great features of this game. So aside from the gameplay, what are some of the other pros of this game, and also maybe some of the downsides, some of the things that could use improvements. And one of the things I particularly like, and I think this is probably more a product of it being a relatively new game, but the hero pool, whilst there are a decent amount of heroes, 172 compared to a lot of other games, that's quite a small hero pool, but that gives you more chance of getting those heroes. I tend to find the drop rates to be very good compared to others, but as always with these games, that might just be my luck. Although I do find maybe one downside to this game compared to others, the rares in this game are essentially just there to be sold for diamonds. There's very few rares you'll actually use. Maybe less than a handful of rares are worth the time to invest in. Although, who knows, maybe there's those rares out there that I'm not aware of that are fantastic, and if you have any examples of that, let me know in the comments which rares I should be using and what I'm missing out on. Epics in the game, there's some, I find a lot of disparity between the epics. You have some really strong epics on one end of the scale, and also they give you some of those really strong epics for free, which is another fantastic part of the game. But equally, there's also a lot of epics out there that, again, just you're not really ever going to find a use for them. Finally, let's just run through some of the other features of the game, some of the other little bits that particularly excite me, or that I've enjoyed, or that have kept me playing. One of the big ones, and I think any Watcher of Realms video you watch out there, any content creator you listen to will tell you one of their favourite things about this game is the free gear swaps. So plenty of other games in the genre, one in particular that I played, and I'm sure a lot of you played out there, Raid Shadow Legends. In that game, if you want to move your gear around on your heroes, it costs you an absolute fortune. Not in this game. So in this game, for example, here's my Abomination. He's a fighter. If I hit the swap, I can choose any other hero on the account. Let's find one that's empty. and I can just move that gear on to there, and that costs absolutely nothing. And again, I will just move it back so I am not losing those gear sets, which is probably one of the only downsides of this. Is I find myself moving gear around a lot, trying to cover different content, and there's a lot of times I'll look back and go, oh, right, who was that gear on, where did that piece come from, where did that piece come from, and it can take a bit of time. So I would advise, if you are going to be playing and you are going to be moving a lot of that gear around, keep a note of where that gear came from, or know, for example, you might have 3 fighters that you share your gear between. Find some sort of way that works for you keeping track of that gear. One of the other fantastic features, one of the things I really love in this game, is the shop. You get so much for such a decent prices. So this is just me firing it up. So just in the shop now, I have a rare summon. Now these are 88 if you buy them straight out of the summoning pool. So to get one for 70 diamonds is fantastic. I'll also take those auto fight chances, and you can see here the gear. So early on, starting in the game, a lot of your gear will come from the shop, and that'll level up as you are working your way through the game. So you'll start off with a lot of gear that looks like this, and as you progress through the campaign and different content, the shop will develop with you. So you can see now here I've got this ancient piece there, which I will then take. Not a great piece substat wise, but hey, it was just there as an example for you guys. I will also take these. We do have a hero training event on at the minute, and speaking of hero training, leveling up those heroes could not be easier. So if I fire up the quick star up here, and you'll see it has it ready for me, got my heroes ready, tells me how much gold, how much EXP, and we just hit the quick star up button, and there's no need to sit watching the same animations over and over again, or manually choosing your heroes to drop them in. And that will have got me some lovely champion training points, hero training points. And that's something else I do really enjoy about this game. The Oracle's Trial, which are the tournaments or the events that pop up in the events tab, they really are very achievable. So just with what we've got going on in the events at the minute, got the Wizard's Horde, which as you can see, just by playing the game and without really a lot of time spent, I've worked my way through the majority of those, and the last one I've got is just logging for 7 days. So this has been running for the past few days. Logged in every day since it started. A couple more days, you'll see that event ends, and I will have completed that one. Duel of Champions is an arena tournament going on at the minute, an arena event, sorry. Again, very achievable. I'm not going to say that I've spent a lot of time in the arena, a lot more time than I would, but with the summoning events coming up over the next few weeks, it's important to get in and get these summons as much as possible to try and save those up. And again, with the Oracle's Trial, they've always got good events going on for the different gear raids or different content, and as key hero training there, sat quite comfortably in 5th, looking to get into this top 3. Again, it's all about trying to get as many summons as possible at the minute, save those up for the big event that's coming. But yeah, the events really are very achievable. Again, we had a fusion event recently, which just ended, and that was for, just find him here somewhere. There we go, that was for Vladov, and again, that was very, very achievable. I had managed to summon him and get all the shards together without, again, without crazy time in game or crazy resources spent, or without spending hundreds of pounds on stamina to get that done. And that's one thing this game is getting, and the devs for this game are getting really right, is the quality of the events and just the sort of achievability for the normal player. You do not have to be a whale to progress in this game, although it does help. And then, yeah, just to finish off, just the amount of different types of content in such a young game. So we have the campaign, which you saw earlier. You have the Tide, which is sort of a horde mode where waves of enemies just keep coming and you kill a certain amount to finish. You have the Void Rift, which, rather embarrassingly, you'll see I'm just in the normal there at the minute for this week. This, again, you can move around here. You can't actually show you any content in here because I've completed my stages for this week. But yeah, nice little twist on the game. Move around and choose the order or choose which enemies to get. Find some very good rewards in the Void Rift. And then just your raids tab. It's signposted for you. You can't get it wrong. If you need resources, go to the resource raid. Raid the EXP raid for EXP. Gold raid for gold. You want gear, go to the gear raid. You've got gear raid 1, 2 and 3. This isn't the video for it, but there are lots of different types of gear, lots of different sets and different pieces of gear based on which gear raid you want to farm. And finally you then have the guild boss, which I would say get into a guild nice and early. The rewards from the guild boss they're not going to blow you away for the earlier stages, but as you progress up there through the different difficulties, there really are some very good rewards to be had. And yeah, that is the basic overview for the new player. For the person thinking of downloading, that is Watcher of Realms. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, thanks for watching to the end. Please like the video if there was some good information in there. Subscribe. It literally costs you nothing, but is a massive help to me and getting this new channel sorted. And as this is a new channel, get in the comments, let me know what went well, what we like, what we don't like. Listen, there's always going to be haters out there. There's always going to be people that don't enjoy the content. But if that's you, let me know why.